still snow on the ground, but I don't care. I'm about to map out this garden. Come with me. Let's go. First, we need to write out what we're gonna add to the garden. I've already got my seedlings started, so it's pretty simple. I just need to write down what I planted. I just wanted to say, before we go outside, I decided to do a different method this year as far as preparing my seedlings. And I can see this needs some water, bone dry. We'll add the water to that before I go outside. But I started these in these little containers. And as you can see, some of the containers are back there are empty. And I experimenting with this. These are marigolds. And I'm hoping that they'll break apart easily once they start to grow in. It's like everything is covered with the little seeds, if you can see, like right there. But yeah, so as they got too big for this, I moved them over here. And once they get in here, they do really well. So look at these. Look at that root structure already popping up through the top of the soil. This is my smooth cucumber. I'm really excited about that. And if you look at the bottom, it has some really good root structure there as well. And what I did differently than I did last year is I made sure that I put the root ball at the bottom of the cup here. And so the roots are doing much better that way, where I would put some dirt in first and then put the root ball in and then put more dirt on top. They would dry out much quicker in this way. I'm finding that they last a lot longer without water, even if the soil is dry. So let's go ahead and water those ones before we go outside. You might notice that we have a new playground. Starting with the garlic, because I planted that last spring. Obviously will be this entire bed here. One thing I noticed last grow season is when I planted it over there somewhere. I think it was over there. Because the big tree is back there, it really shaded it out. But I had also grown some right over there, and I noticed that it did really good. And the only difference was the sun. So this year I decided that I wanted to put the garlic somewhere special so that it would really have a chance to get bigger. And what I didn't want was for any rodents to dig it up before it started to bloom. So I put this chicken wire on top of it with bricks to hold down the chicken wire, and it seems to work out very good. There's even a spot where I didn't have enough right here, and because majority of the bed is covered, they have yet to even notice that that part is exposed. I noticed the first time that I did watermelon was over here on this side, and it did really, really good. So I want to put the watermelon over here again. I still have that box over there that's empty now, but once again, it's under a big tree. It might just be pointless to put anything there. I'm thinking the squash could go right there. I think the mountain mint would do good, maybe in that one, since I have peppermint in that one. I'm gonna put the Ifu there again, because that did good one year on the side. On the back side, I probably have to think some more about that, because the back side is so dark because of all the trees back there. Nothing really wants to grow too big. So it's almost like pointless to put anything back there. There's also a spot right here, right there along the fence, where I could put something. I could put some of the greens back there, like maybe the gomen. So as you can see, there are so many choices for me to put so many different things, but it's gonna be a hard decision. No, it's not. I can't wait to put stuff on the ground. I was checking in the shed to see if there were things that I might need, and there was one thing that I needed last year, which was something to protect the greens, because the bugs had got at the collard greens last year and really affected them pretty badly. And it was such a shame because they were so good. And so last year there was a tarp, or not a cloth that was gifted to us. So I'm gonna make sure that I utilize that this year so that I can protect the greens this year. So I got the mustard, the green glaze, the blue collards, and gomen. So I'm gonna try to put all those in the same bed so that they cannot be protected. Otherwise, I might have to get another one. And I also wanted to minimize how many weeds are able to grow. And somebody talked me out of it last year about putting down the weed barrier. It's like a black cloth. I think I'm gonna put that down this year, especially under like the squash and the watermelon, because that keeps the watermelon out of the dirt. And I did that with my watermelon the first time that I did it. I think it was the year before last, and that worked out really good. So I'm gonna do that again. So yeah, thank you for coming with me.